A project is initiating within a firm that has established regulatory and organizational governance protocols. What is the most appropriate course of action for the project manager when establishing the governance framework for the project?
The options are: Option A, request that the Project Management Office grant an exemption so that the regulatory requirements can be bypassed. Option B, incorporate the mandatory regulatory requirements into the project governance framework.
Option C, modify the organizational regulatory requirements to align with the internal project governance approach. Option D, select only a subset of the regulatory requirements to incorporate into the project governance.
This question explores how a project manager balances project-specific governance with the broader, pre-existing requirements of the organization and regulatory bodies. You need to consider how a project framework should interface with these high-level constraints to ensure the project remains compliant throughout its lifecycle.
In my view, the correct answer is option B. It is essential for project governance to align with existing organizational standards and mandatory regulatory requirements.
This approach is correct because the project manager is responsible for integrating these non-negotiable requirements directly into the project governance framework to guarantee full compliance.
Option A is incorrect because regulatory requirements are not optional. You cannot request an exemption to bypass them, as they are established to protect the organization.
Finally, options C and D are incorrect. Regulatory requirements are typically mandated by external or senior organizational authorities and are not subject to modification or selective filtering just to suit a specific project's internal needs. Always remember that governance must adapt to mandatory constraints rather than the other way around.